Gridmaster is just a few days away, and here's a really good way to get a good start on day one, completing most of the tasks that we know about so far, getting a ton of 99s and unlocking all of those powerful buffs and an amazing weapon on just the first day. Start out with the obvious one, and let's complete the Gridmaster tutorial to get your very first unlock, which is Power Miner, Lumberjack or Animal Wrangler. For this guide, it really doesn't matter which one that you choose, so just pick whichever one you prefer. Whilst you're in Lumbridge, buy yourself a jug from the general store and then fill it with water in the castle basement. Then go west to Draenor and grab yourself some jugs of wines in the market there with the remaining GP that you've got. Now hopefully the stock in the shops is similar to that in Leagues and it doesn't run out, so you can buy quite a few of these, but if not, don't worry, food's helpful for later but it isn't essential. At the bank everything you've got apart from 5 wines, a tinderbox and your jug of water, and then go north to the Barbarian Village and do the Stronghold of Security. Now normally you do the 3 levels for the 10k, but I would just do the first 2 levels and get yourself 5k. It's going to be plenty for what we need, and then you're not going to risk dying. And from there head east over to Varrock and to Lowe's Archery Store. Grab yourself a bunch of iron arrows and one of each short bow, leaving yourself with just about 1000 GP. Then in the market square, speak to Noah or Alina and do the Children of the Sun quest, which only takes about 5 minutes and will give you access to Varlamore, a great training spot and our second unlock at the same time. So after you've completed that quest, head over to Varlamore and follow this route to the Gemstone Crab. Do be a little bit careful on the way, as there are things that will attack you, but there's nothing that can kill you as long as you keep your health up. If when you get there the crab's not there, go through the cave and it'll automatically take you to where the crab is, and as long as you attack it with range from distance and don't stand next to it, it won't attack you back, so it's completely safe. To get the unlock, you just keep attacking it until it changes locations, but make sure you're at least 30 range before you leave here, as it's going to make it a lot easier later. And you'll have completed the next unlock, which is Gatherer, and this allows you to choose 3 out of these skills, and when you train one of those skills, you'll get 50% bonus XP in the other 2 at the same time. Now again, it's completely up to you which one you choose, but there's probably 2 ways of going about this. One is to pick the skill that matches your first relic. So if you picked Animal Wrangler for example, you choose Fishing here as well as 2 of the slowest skills, or simply the 2 skills that you absolutely hate. Don't forget, like Leagues, this is about fun, and if you're too sweaty sometimes in these things, you can burn yourself out. Doing that means that you would train all 3 skills when fishing with all the perks that you get from Animal Wrangler. The most efficient way though will be to pick one of the faster training methods like Hunter or Thieving, and again 2 of the slowest like woodcutting, mining or fishing, probably the one that you didn't choose with the first unlock. After you've chose that, home telly and buy an iron axe from Bob's general store in Lumbridge and then head over to the Wizard's Tower. Now there's going to be a huge bottleneck here, and God knows why they've done this. One of the unlocks is to kill the lesser demon at the top floor of the tower, and no matter when you go it's likely to be packed, with players queuing to kill it. Now at this point you'll be a high enough range level to comfortably kill the demon, but don't expect everyone else in the queue to be the same level, and the kills will take quite a long time. So even with a small queue, you're probably going to be waiting at least 10 minutes if not longer. If you do kill it though, you unlock minimum potential, increasing your minimum successful hit to 5, which is very useful especially at the start, but depending on what you choose later doing the strategy, it's probably something you don't really need straight away. After that, if we have access to Osrs, as you sometimes do in these game modes, sometimes they unlock the quest for you, go grab yourself one now from Draenor Manor, but that is purely speculative from my side, as far as I'm aware we don't have the information yet as to whether that's going to be the case. Either way, whether you get one or not, head west over to Rimington and board the boat, which is going to take you over to Ardougne for 30 GP, and here you just want to complete 2 very quick quests, both less than 5 minutes each. Haziel's Cult requires no items whatsoever and will give you at least 7500 Thieving XP, probably a lot more dependent on the XP multiplier, taking you to at least level 24. The other one, Monk's Friend, requires just 2 items, a log, which you can cut along the way, and a jug of water that you've already got in your inventory, and usually gives 2000 wood cutting XP, so with the multiplier you can expect to get at least 27 straight away, even if it's only 5x. We need the thieving levels for later, and getting the woodcutting level up makes getting level 35 making much easier, which we need for another quest, and there's a ton of trees in this area, so cut them down and get your fire making up to level 30. Once you have that, head east and buy some swamp paste from the general store in Port Gazard, go back to Ardougne and then head east over and do the Sea Slug quest in Witch Haven, another very fast quest, again less than 5 minutes, but one that gives an absolute ton of fishing XP, 7175 in the normal game mode. Now whilst you're in the area, you may also want to do the Fight Arena quest for the Thieving XP too, However, with level 30 range, maybe 30-35 at this point, I'm not sure how killing the bouncer will be with 120 defense. My gut feeling is it will be very slow, but since you can safe spot him, probably still worth it, and if you're struggling you can always come back later. No matter what you choose to do, there is another pretty easy unlock near this area, so head down to the Corsair Cave and kill an Ogress Warrior, which can be safe spotted. Now it's highly likely that these are going to be camped by many players as well, but most are going to be here by the entrance. And since the Ogres here only have a max hit of 8, as long as you keep your health topped up, you can instead head over to the west side and use the safe spot over here, which is likely to be far quieter. And once you kill it, you'll unlock Combatant, which, similar to the last one, means you can choose 3 combat skills, and at this point it's important to know what's coming next, as it's really going to impact your choice. Soon we're going to unlock Golden God, which not only automatically casts High Alch for you, but it constantly keeps recasting it on any stack of items. And it gets better as you get more money than you usually get high alching, and there's a 65% chance that you won't use the item in the process. Essentially, this means that most items that you buy from a shop that you cast high alchemy on will over double your money, and you'll get all the XP of high alchemy running in the background. Now I think the most efficient pick will probably be range, strength and magic, but I don't hate strength, attack and magic either, especially if there's some good unlocks at bosses very weak to melee. After you've done that, home telly as long as it's off cooldown, if not just kill a few more ogres while you're there, and at this point you should have at least 35 fishing, but if not, just go grab yourself a few levels. Then head over to Alcarid and take the boat to Temperos, and everything you need for the minigame you can get off the boat there. There should be plenty of people doing it at this point, so it shouldn't be too difficult, and subduing Temperos will unlock the Craftsman, where you can choose 3 of the following skills, and again you get 50% bonus XP in the other 2 skills when you train any one of them up. Again, you can choose anything you like, but picking construction and 2 other skills will also get you 3 very quick 99s, again because of Golden God, which we want to do next. For this though, we do need 50 thieving, and we'll already have a bunch of levels, but it's likely to be just a bit short of what we need, so pickpocket guards in Varrock if need be to get the last levels needed until you're level 50. After that, head back to Varlamore and pickpocket some wealthy citizens until you get a house key. And to the west there are 3 houses where one will be empty, and you can use the key on that one to enter the house and steal from the various objects until you get some valuables, and that is going to unlock Golden God and its ridiculous power. I think the best place to start alching is probably in Varrock. There's an archery shop where you can alch arrows, an armor shop, and the Champions Guild if we have enough quest points to enter it, but be very careful. The lower the stock the shop is, the more we have to pay. So for arrows, only buy 10 at a time and reopen the shop interface if the stock resets like it does in some leagues, and that way you're always paying the lowest amount possible. Without overpaying, ideally you want to buy the most expensive items that you can afford each time in order to double your money as quickly as possible. Whilst you're getting your money up in Varrock, go and buy a house from the estate agent and grab a saw whilst you're there, then make yourself some normal planks and buy some cloth and nails from the sawmill as well. You'll be surprised how quickly you make 130,000 GP, and once you have it, head over to the stonemason in Kelder Grim. Now the first time you go over there, you'll have to go through the cave in the Fremnik area over here, but after that you can use the minecart from the GE, which is much quicker. Now the stonemasons, buy yourself and alch a gold leaf, which is going to unlock production prodigy, giving skills like herb lore and crafting a plus 12 boost, and it will also mean you make all potions at once, cut all gems in one go, and so on. As a stonemason, we can make hundreds of millions of GP per hour by buying supplies from the stonemason and alching them for ridiculous profits, which are over 1 billion GP per hour once you start alching magic stones. And the same supplies making you a ton of money also give you incredibly fast construction XP. So next, whilst constantly alching the most expensive items that you can buy, purchase and bank a few hundred limestone bricks. We need level 47 construction, so the exact formula is 750 divided by the XP multiplier. So for example, if we got 5 times the XP rate, it would be 750 divided by 5. Since getting to your house in Rimington's a bit of a pain, it's a good time to use the minecart to go back to the GE, go over to Edgeville and make sure you have a knife or a slash weapon on you, and use the lever to Deep Wilderness. West of here, inside the mage arena, you can buy yourself a ton of runes, including lore runes, with all the money that you've made, and at this point you should have easily the level to teleport to most places, including your house. For the next part, obviously get yourself a butler as soon as you can to speed it up, but use your planks to get at least 5 construction initially, and then you can start to use your limestone bricks to make decorative rocks in your garden space until you get to level 47. It is important though whilst you're doing this to make sure that every time you run out of items that you're alching to go back to the stonemason and top them up. It's a bit of a pain for the first hour or two, but after that you'll always have a large stack of magic stones, which you're going to make more money than you're ever going to need. At level 47, every time you make a gold sink, you get a massive amount of XP, but you need 63 million GP for each one, and 5 mahogany planks. By now though, as long as you've been constantly alching stonemason supplies, the money will be absolutely flowing in and it's not going to be a problem at all. I think the closest mahogany trees are on the Isle of Souls through the Edgeville portal, and they do require level 50 wood cutting, which we may be a few levels short of again, but level up if needed and get 1 inventory of logs. And I would imagine making 2 to 3 gold sinks should get you up to level 63, where you can start to make marble fireplaces. Where there's no more need for planks, that just requires marble blocks bought from the stonemason. Then at level 72, the marble portal nexus is faster XP as it uses 4 marble blocks at a time, and then at level 79 you can build marble walls which uses 8 of them. And lastly, at level 95 you can start to use magic stones, 15 at a time for some absolutely unreal XP, and this is where picking construction with 2 other skills will easily get them to 99 as well, because at this point, with all the money that you've got with magic stones, the XP is absolutely crazy, and it'll take you no time at all to get 26 million construction XP, which will put 99 in the other 2. With your 99 construction, you can also build a demonic throne, which will unlock the Thunder Kopesh, an absolutely awesome weapon, and it doesn't say if it's got any requirements on the wiki, so you may be able to wield it straight away. If not, choose an attack, strength, and magic earlier on in the combat unlock. With all of the high alchs we've been doing, you're probably not far away, maybe level 60 or 70 attack at this point. The other benefit of Golden God is that after you offer GP at any altar, including the Wilderness one, every 20k is like using a Dragon Bone, so you have 99 prayer bands completely AFK whenever you want it with all of that GP. Now there's obviously a lot more information still to come out, but with only a few days left I thought if I'm going to do it, it's now or never to help people out, to try to add in any other unlocks that we get into the route, and it should give you a pretty good start.